Hi, I'm your child's English teacher. My name's Julia Kirkpatrick, and the kids call me Miss K.
Hi, I'm Jacob Romy. I am your student's student teacher, and I go by Mr. Romy.
Thank you for watching this. Let's get into it. So, Mr. Romy, do you want to talk about a typical week in class?
Yeah, so we love our routines and patterns here in class, and as you can see, we kind of have it shown out here for you of what you can expect in a given week. Generally, your student's going to have one assignment, and for that one assignment, they'll be working on it throughout the week. This might change depending on the week, but most of the time, they will get their assignment. Midway through the week, they'll have time to work on it, pick their topic. They will have writing groups that they'll actually work with, and they'll have an opportunity to show their work with the students that they're working with, and they'll get some feedback. And by the end of the week, that assignment is due. And that's typically how it's going to run week by week here in this class.
So, Mr. Romy, if I'm talking to my kid early in the week and I want to ask about English, what's a good question?
What assignment are you working on? When's it due?
Nice. Okay, what about the middle of the week? What do I say?
What group are you working with?
Excellent. What about by the end of the week? What's a good check-in with my kid?
Is your assignment due?
Hey, thanks. All right, so speaking of due dates, let's take a look at Canvas together here. You maybe are familiar with this from a previous experience in English. Oh, it's just gonna let me move it around. Or this might be brand new to you, but Canvas is going to be the platform where most of your child's work is in most of the classes. This is what our English classroom looks like. So modules is the best way to access the information in this class, and the modules are always structured as such. The very first one has the class overview and then the digital notebook, and then directly underneath that is everything that your child is going to need for the week. That's whatever the weekly assignment is, that's the weekly vocab quiz, and that's also this tab called materials, which is extremely, extremely helpful in a number of situations. So if we look at the materials here as an example, this is a great place to go if your child has missed class. They can access daily class slides, or things like the vocab videos, exit slips, or if they are falling behind or need extension options. If students are struggling, they can find things like examples, graphic organizers, or if students are super interested and want to learn more, there's usually additional articles or extension options here. Materials is where you go if the pattern of the class is too fast or too slow. Canvas is also where you will see your students' grades, and they can do that by tapping on grades here. That's also a place where they can see their feedback individualized, and you can get a sense of their work. This is my example student, and clearly I haven't turned in anything. Just a quick note about grading. Let's take a look at this together. Grading, like everything else in this class, kind of follows a pretty predictable pattern, and that's a scale of 1 to 4, missing to aspire to. So a missing score, if you see a student that has a 1 out of 4, that means your kid has not turned in their assignment. Doesn't mean they did terribly, it just means we don't have it. Emerging is we missed the concept, whatever it is. Students always have an opportunity to revise on both formative and summative assignments in this class, just not vocabulary quizzes. Must do is a 3 out of 4, that's basic skill proficiency. Should do demonstrates full skill mastery, and then almost every assignment has an aspire to option, and that is some sort of extra credit additional challenge opportunity, like sharing with the class, like sending off their writing to a real live audience. It'll vary piece by piece, but if you have a learner that is frequently bored in class, I would really push you to push them to go for aspire to. In terms of grade categories, I'm going a little bit further down on the syllabus here. Summative assignments are the biggest things, can't pass the class without the essays. Formative, these are those weekly assignments that Mr. Romy was talking to you about. What's the assignment, what's your topic, when is it turned in? Responsible scholarship will make up 7%. These are regular classroom routines like warm-ups and vocab notes. And then those vocab quizzes that you can't do any retakes on make up a measly 3% of your child's class. Speaking of Canvas here, if you're not sure about your kid's grade or if they've turned something in, there is an opportunity for you to be a observer on Canvas, and I will link that in the email as well. We're doing a lot of nitty gritty nuts and bolts here, and I just have a couple more real fast. One is our upcoming whole class reading. Mr. Romy, do you want to talk to us about that reading schedule?
Yeah, so we're about to get our whole class books. We'll check out and start reading together. This is sort of just a roadmap for you of where your student should be reading-wise on given dates. So as you can see in this first column here, we have that our students should be at page 75 by, if your student is an A day, by September 30th. If they have us on a B day, it would be October 3rd. So this is a good way to kind of track where they are and track progress. If you're asking questions of where they are in the book, you can use this as a reference to kind of make sure that they're on track.
Thank you. So maybe take a quick screenshot of this if you're watching it on a mobile device, or a picture with your phone. Great way to check in and make sure your kid's on track. As always, if you have a learner who has an IEP or a 504, there should be an audiobook already checked out to them, and I will work with that student individually next week to make sure they are set up. If you have a learner that you just know works well with an audiobook, I do have a like kind of limited amount of audiobook options. So if you want to reach out to me via email, we can hopefully work something out depending on supplies. Thank you so much for listening. We are so grateful to have you along for the ride. Take care. Bye.